Welcome back to our hair loss treatment show, episode 11. Today we are talking about body hair transplant, also sometimes called as BHT. So, as we know, in hair transplant, person's own hair are utilized to cover the bald area. Now, usually the donor zone is from back of the head, from the scalp. These are the hair which are strong, in layman language, are strong, and they are kind of resistant to the hormones, and that's why they don't fall. So whenever we are performing hair transplant surgery, we prefer supply from back of the head and try to cover the recipient area and the baldness. But sometimes when baldness is big, sometimes when demand is more as compared to supply available at the back of the head, we have to somehow try to increase the supply. And that is where we make use of body hair. Now when we say body hair, there are multiple options available. First of the list is beard hair. And then comes your chest, your abdomen, back, arms and legs, and many other body hairs. So when scalp hair supply is exhausted or when patient needs more hair, which just the scalp cannot supply, we take out hair from the beard portion. Now in beard portion, we usually try to restrict ourselves to the area below the jawline. We don't really go with the facial hair in the first go. We try to take out more hair from the neck area and put them back in the front, in the top. Now, performing a beard hair extraction is almost same as performing a scalp hair extraction. Is it more risky? No, it is not. Is it more painful? No, it is not. Topical anesthesia and other local anesthetic creams, they work wonderful with a thin facial skin. Is it more skillful? Yes, to a certain extent. Because beard hair has all different internal directions. Sometimes they are very easy to take out, and sometimes they are very horizontal in the skin, which makes it very difficult for the proper extraction. But with proper equipments and machines and tools and expertise, yes, you can go for a good number of beard hair to be extracted. It depends upon density of the patient and how thick or thin the beard is. But in an average case, you can go up to 1000 to 1500 grafts to be extracted from beard. Do they perform well on the scalp? Beard hair, surprisingly, they are very thick and sturdy. They behave very well when they are transplanted on the scalp. But at the same time, their texture is little different as compared to scalp hair. Scalp hair are a little softer, while beard hair are a little harder, a little more wirier. So we have to figure out a way to mix up the scalp hair and beard hair in order to increase the volume and density at the same time in order to make it look more natural. It should not stand out that yes, this is something which is done weirdly or it's awkward looking or things like that. But it can be managed. So beard hair can work as a very good supply next to the scalp hair. Then third in line is your chest and abdomen. And then of course back and arms and legs. Now all these body hair, they have a little different characteristic. In scientific terminology, they are called as vellus hair. Scalp hair, they are called as terminal hair. Terminal hair are the ones which are thick, more blackish, they grow long. If you keep on growing them, you keep on having long scalp hair. That doesn't happen with body hair. Chest, abdomen, arms and legs, these hair, they grow up to a particular length and then they stop growing. Because that's how they are designed, that's how they are programmed. They are called as vellus hair. Their thickness is much thinner as compared to scalp hair or beard hair. So that is why whenever we are taking out chest hair or abdominal hair, though the numbers may be larger, say for example you are going for 4 or 500 graft session from your chest hair, but the ultimate effect of those 4 or 500 chest hair graft can be equivalent to maybe 100 or 150 or 200 scalp hair, just because the diameter is much thinner with the chest hair. At the same time, in the scalp hair, we have usually 2 to 3 hair coming out of individual graft, while in chest hair, mostly we have 1 hair or sometimes 2 hair coming out of it, which are much thinner in diameter. So, when needed, we can go for chest hair, but it has some technicalities involved with it, whether they are suitable, whether they are going to add up some effect to your final result, if you have enough numbers available. Another thing is, in chest hair, there is something called as anagen and telogen ratio. Anagen hair are the one which are in the growth phase. They keep on growing and growing. It's a season of the hair. So during anagen season, hair keeps on growing. During telogen season, Hair stops growing and then ultimately it falls out. So, in chest hair, at any given point of time, there are 50% of the hair which are in the fall phase. But now you don't want to take these roots. Veragen roots are long and strong, while telogen roots are short and chubby and they're going to fall. They look same from outside. You cannot really make out the difference. So you don't want to take these roots which are always going to fall. So that is why it is more technically demanding to select proper chest hair which are going to grow well on your scalp. But yes, that's the next source of supply whenever needed, after your scalp and beard supply is exhausted. And then comes your backs and arms and legs and other stuff. These hair, they're very thin, very slow to grow, and they don't really grow very long. So sometimes they utilize it for particular areas. Say, for example, creating eyebrows. Eyebrows hair, we don't need very bushy eyebrows. We don't need very thick hair which are going to grow very long, very fast. We need hair which doesn't grow beyond a particular length and they grow slowly. And arms and legs, they're the perfect match for that. So that's what we use when we are creating eyebrows. So friends, these are different types of hair available to match up to the demand that a person has for hair transplant. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to write to us. I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you.